So it's very important that we give them as much assistance as possible to execute not their agenda, but our agenda. So the question is, are we putting together well thought, well planned agendas that allow them to advocate and get things done on our behalf? So that is what this month is focused on, right? This month is focused on making sure we're having the right conversations with the right people so that we can, like so many of Pan-Africanists believe and fight for, is a place at the table. And that is what we are embarking on doing. So thank you very much for coming and sharing those words. Next, I'd like to call up MPP Lisa Gretzky. When I saw Lisa Gretzky, I got excited. I got excited when I see Gretzky.
Not for me, though.
No, I saw Gretzky. I got excited. You can't be a hockey fan. You can't be Canadian and not get excited when you hear the word Gretzky. Okay. So I'd like to ask you all to please put your hands together for MPP.
Bring it down a little bit. Graham was a little taller than I am. So I want to start by welcoming you all here today to Queen's Park to celebrate the first Pan-African flag raising on the front lawn. And it's to mark Emancipation Month in Ontario. And to say it's a momentous occasion, I think is really understating what is taking place here today. And I want to thank Mr. Lee for inviting me to be a part of this occasion. As Mr. Jones already covered, it's like he took my speech. I'm the MPP for Windsor West. So Jackson Park falls within my riding, as does Old Sandwich Town. And Old Sandwich Town is a historical area known for many things.
The jail. I was the youngest one ever in it. I remember it.
History.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
You need a party. We gotta get a party for you.
He might be the reason that closed it and built a new one. But one of the reasons that Sandwich Town is so historic to the city of Windsor is it was part of the Underground Railroad that helped bring so many to freedom. And I've toured some of the historic homes in the area, and we have homes that are, people talk about how Chief Tecumseh was in that house. There's the Deaf Bobby house, and that tends to be the conversations we have. But when you go through and you talk to some of the people in the area, and you get to go through these historic homes, and you get to hear some of the other stories that they don't talk about publicly. They show you the stairwells, where you can still remove the fronts of the stairwells,
Wow.
where they had people, slaves who had come to freedom, who still had to hide. They couldn't be found. And so they would hide them underneath the stairwells. And those stairwells have been left, the homeowners, thankfully have left them the way that they were, so that they can continue to tell these stories and spread that history throughout our city, which is something that is so important to do across this province and across this country, is to make sure that those stories are being told, that they're part of our education system, that students are learning about the great history of this country and the struggles of so many. And it's important that everybody is reflected in the education of our students. As I said, many people had secured their freedom by traveling to Windsor, first passing through Old Sandwich Town, which is in Windsor's West End. And whether those came in search of freedom, chose to stay, or many moved out of our community, their contributions to our region are immeasurable. And today, Windsor is a vibrant and wonderfully diverse community because of this. Mr. Jones had mentioned the Emancipation Festival, and I've heard stories, and I want to tell you that the stories that I've heard have actually come from his cousin. I now know that we have someone in common. His cousin Ron Jones is one of my greatest friends, and I can probably give him credit for me being here. He was one of the key people who talked me into running for a provincial office. But it's Ron's sons who have now picked up the charge for the Emancipation Day Festival. So it used to be huge. I've heard the stories. I didn't hear about your talent, though. I'll have to see if Ron has the same musical talent as you.
Call me a liar?
Well, no, I believe you. We'll just have to see if Ron has the same talent.
He's a great fighter, a good boxer, and he can sing too.
And he's an incredible advocate.
Tremendous.
Yeah. And, but the Emancipation Day Festival, I heard the stories of thousands upon thousands of people coming from all over to celebrate Emancipation Day. And unfortunately, over the years, that festival ceased to exist, but I'm happy to announce that because of Mr. Jones's family, they have now begun, since I've been elected, begun the Emancipation Day Festival again, and every year it is growing in numbers again, and I think that's a fantastic thing, not just for our region,